I know it's late, but I had to get this info out today so I could focus on, well, it might already be Tuesday when I upload this, but so I could focus on the event on Tuesday. We got a lot of info in this new dev update. Very exciting stuff as well. Right off the get-go, coming soon, decor interactivity, sitting, lying down, just being able to actually role play with your furniture. So that's really awesome. They've been dealing with some technical hurdles, so they haven't been able to implement interactivity just yet, but they are working on sitting, laying down, turning on and off lights, opening and closing cabinets and drawers, turning on and off water. This is great stuff. They've had technical issues, like I said, but for the time being, they're going to be adding /sit and kneel to hopefully tide you over with your role-playing needs. Till then, they said with the upcoming patches, so it might be with the Maji Market update that we get it. So we shall see. They've also said they're improving the crafting workbench, so you'll be able to filter as well as craft in stacks, so we don't have to go into the menu, scroll, and click multiple times. This is going to be great. They're going to try to implement it in the next 2 months, so it could be sooner, could be later. We shall see. They've also talked about the request system not living up to its potential, so they're going to be working as well with the next several patches to add request fulfillment from storage, so you'll be able to fulfill requests anywhere in the world. You don't have to have the items in your inventory. Reducing cooldown as well for requests. They've also noted that the request system is not meant to be a replacement or stand-in for an open trading system. They did say that they will have a future blog post on economy, so I will definitely be covering that when it comes out. Now to character customization. People have been requesting lighter skin tones, however, they haven't been able to implement this due to the lighting issues that we've seen, but they have an experienced lighting artist to hopefully solve these issues as well as improve a bunch of other lighting issues in the game. But once that's fixed, they should be adding lighter skin tones. And when they do, they will be adding the ability to customize core aspects of your character. So you'll be able to go back, change your skin color, your facial features, body types. I know they mentioned they would add at some point. So you'll be able to go back and change all that, no worries. They're also going to improve gardening. So you'll be able to finally destroy your crops. They said they are working on it. However, they don't have a specific date when they will release this, but it is in the works, and that's what matters. They also mentioned the Night Sky Temple quests. They said that they'll continue to add more onto that story as they update the game. So again, it could be with the Maji Market or it could be in a future update. You never know with these devs. They said, think of what we delivered as a simple prologue. So this is just a tiny taste of what will be arriving in the future, and I'm very excited, as well as this interesting sentence here. And of course, we all know you want redacted, and redacted. More on this soon. Thinking through the emojis, it could be a couple things. So the first one could be romancing Hodari. That could fit in there because there's a mining pick there. Okay, so it could be a reference to Hodari. So romancing Hodari, there's a heart there as well. And the second one, I have two theories. Some people think it's going to be plume hounds that could be added in the game, or it could also be forming a bond or a friendship with Tao. So having more interactivity with Tao, like having an actual friendship bar with him. But it could be either or. I do not know. But I'm more sure on the whole romancing Hodari thing. I don't know what the puzzle piece is. I thought puzzling miner, it's like, oh, he's a mysterious I don't know what the puzzle piece could mean. I'm just guessing here. They've also mentioned things that are on the horizon. They said we still have a lot of work to do to prepare for the upcoming release on Switch. They have to improve their server stability and queue times, which they have been improving over the course of time. But they mentioned just a few additional features that they have on their radar for release in the upcoming months. So we might see them sooner rather than later. Proximity chat is one that a lot of people have wanted. Maintaining chat history as well across maps, deeper controls for housing, as well as community progression, activities, and more. Now, what could this mean? Community progressions, activities, and more. Could this be like the guild system, like those types of communities? Maybe having things to strive for if you're in a community, or have things to do as a community, or it could mean general community activities and stuff. So maybe an event that everyone has to contribute to and stuff, which I do remember seeing them talk about as well. Having things where everyone can work towards together, and more things to do in multiplayer, which is something that was also the focus on the letter from the game director that also got published today, but we'll go into that later. We also have some notable bugs at the forefront. Basically, the merging house plots and missing items bugs. They said both of these concerns were addressed in a hotfix during patch, the previous patch, and they have observed that it has been fixed. There haven't been any issues reported. However, they said if you were affected or if you encounter an issue like this, again, do contact them through their support system, because that will, of course, help them immensely. Be as detailed as you can if you have info. We also have a little bit on the storage bug fix, where you could have extra inventory if you placed chests on other plots. Basically, they wanted to apologize to everyone affected with that bug because they handled it very poorly, and they said it was a learning experience and they will do better in future. To round this all off, they said this doesn't put a dent in the hundreds of other features and improvements that we have planned, as well as a quote from the game director. As a player, you can take it as a commitment to you that the best version of Palia is always in front of us. That's why we'll be pulling back the curtain by providing more updates like this regularly. In the meantime, keep letting us know what you want to see. So keep telling them, because clearly they are listening. They're listening and they are trying their best to make Palia the game we want it to be. Like I said earlier, we also have the letter from the game director talking about how they've been listening to the community. They've seen the feedback, whether it was positive or negative. They're basically going to communicate more often, at least one dev post a month, likely more, to make sure everyone's in the know about what's going on and what's being planned. I did highlight this part. They know the MMO side is not there for a lot of players. I know a lot of people were saying, oh, this game isn't really an MMO, but the director did want to say beta is not the end of Palia evolving. We have far more than just new content in our plans, with many exciting things coming soon for community simulation and massively multiplayer players. So for those who want more MMO, they do have plans, a lot of them seemingly. They did point out here, it said Palia will never be an MMORPG, but we will continue to embrace Palia as an MMO. Considering they're gonna be adding a lot of interactivity to stuff, I think it would be a role-playing game. So I don't really know how to take that. You interpret that how you will. But there was also a little tidbit here. Tomorrow, they will be addressing the feedback regarding monetization along with some upcoming updates. So I will definitely keep my eyes and ears peeled. I don't know how attentive I will be since the market is releasing, and y'all know I'm gonna be on that. Y'all know I'm gonna be on that. But as always, links are down in the description to the posts, and I will see you guys in the next update.